Hello there. Hi, everybody. Um, Today we're going to talk about improving and expanding your astrology business, assuming you have one, or perhaps you are interested in starting an astrology business. And this is another video in a series on the Kepler and Sirius astrology software. And today I'm going to discuss a very unusual feature of Kepler and Sirius, which is that we provide an online chart service for you so that you have an online chart service on your website. So this is kind of a unique idea because it's beyond, oh, I bought this program and I'm running my chart wheels and all this stuff. Is we're doing something to assist you in creating your own business and developing your own business. So again, the Kepler and Sirius astrology software are tools and resources to help you in many different ways, and each one of these features is useful to some people. Probably there's no feature that's exciting to the majority of people, but we have so many features there to try to meet everybody's needs. At least we're trying to. Okay, so what are we talking about? Well, what we're talking about is the assumption that you have a website. Well, what if you don't have a website? My suggestion is get one. I really think it's wonderful to have a website. Now, if you're not technically oriented and stuff, and you think and you're not wealthy, you think, oh my God, another thing to do, more money to spend. But websites are really wonderful to have. Now, as far as creating one, if you don't have one, as technology improves over time, it does get easier and easier. Just as examples, I have no stock in these companies or anything. I actually haven't even used these services, but I've been told that they're very good. One is the website wix.com, W-I-X, and this other one, I Am Creator, IMCreator.com. So these two websites, Wix.com in particular, seems to be very popular. I'm not going to comment on them in any detail because I haven't actually used them, but they have excellent reputations. There are many ways to create a website. Most people use a program that allows you to create the websites, and you upload them to your site and so on. But these are new ideas where you don't have to buy the software, you just use the online services to create it, and they, what we call, host the website for you. So I've got my browser up here, and here's the Wix.com website. So you can go there and create your free, stunning website. Well, it's free if you don't give your website your own URL, your own website name. But you can start it up and get going without even having to pay. And here's the other one, imcreator.com. And if you're, a website developer, or you've used other services, you may say, oh, no, he didn't mention the best one. There's a better one. There very well may be. I don't claim to be an expert in all these things, but I'm just giving you an idea that these are two popular ones. I don't know if they're the best or not. They do have good reputations. Lots of people use them. So you can go to these websites and muddle your way through it even if you're not an expert in using computers, and work your way through, and you can create your website. Of course, if you hire someone and get a professional, you probably get better results. But you can do fairly well on your own, just working your way through this stuff. Now, where am I here? Let me go back to my little, no, that's not it, my little presentation here. Okay, so if you don't have a website, get one. You create them now. On this, we call URL, your website name. for the free service, they give you a website name, which is the name of their website, like wix.com or something, slash, and something after it. It's nice to really have your own website in your own name, and most names are taken. If you want to call your website, Astrology services.com or something, it's probably taken, or Astro whatever. Most names are taken. But what some people do is they use their name, like if your name is Bill Smith, maybe Bill Smith Astrologer. I should have checked. Maybe it's already used. I wouldn't be surprised. But you fiddle around and you find a name, and then that's your website. Now, some suggestions. One is it's good to have your own website with your own name. You do have to pay to have that name. It's not hugely expensive. And you can go to these sites that help you create the website as well as we call host it. They put it on their computer and it's available to the entire world. And if you're new to websites, I suggest you don't have to get super fancy and end up spending lots of money. Once you get into websites, people will tell you how you can drive traffic to your website, and it's a gold mine out there. And people are making tons of money, and there's, once you cross that threshold into saying, yeah, I'm going to get online and get into the 21st century, you can get tempted to go wild. You may go wild and it may be to your benefit, but my suggestion is you don't need it. Doing something is better than nothing. A simple website you can put up yourself, it should be fine, or maybe you get a little bit of help to do it. And what do you do with your website? Why is it so important? Well, you list your services. You say, I'm Joe, the astrologer. I do these kinds of consultations. You can list your fees. You can tell people how to get in contact with you. It's the business card of the 21st century, and it's more than a business card. You get that information out there to anybody who's looking for it. And if you don't drive traffic to your site and people don't just find you, you can tell people, go anytime. Your clients can go to your site and see what's going on with you, or remember how to get in contact with you, and so on. So it's a nice thing to have. Probably there's nothing for everybody, but for many people it's nice to have. Now, some more suggestions. A nice thing to put on websites are some free services. This is part of our new economy, I think, that people are offering a lot of things that are free as well as paid. Look at these tutorials. This tutorial you're listening to right now, it's free. What am I, crazy? Am I nuts? Why am I giving this for free? Because it's part of the new way of running businesses, or alternative way that we provide things for free. We're all connected. It's not all about us. And in doing that, people can buy up. We all have to have a roof over our heads and shelter, and you can actually even make more money by doing lots of free things. And a free chart wheel, and you can enhance your website with an online chart service. And that's kind of where I'm driving to, and part of what I put on the first slide there is you can have your own online chart service. It's an additional thing that you can have on your website. Now, this online chart service, I'll show you an example of it in a minute. I know it's a little bit abstract. What is he talking about? What's an online chart service? I'll explain that. But here's the idea. If you own Kepler or Sirius, and at least one report option. Well, what do I mean by that? What is he talking? What's Kepler and Sirius? All right, let me tell you. Here's our website, Cosmic Patterns Software. Okay, so it's a typical website, got a menu here, and I'll click on Purchase, and you see all these things you can buy from us. The Sirius software, it's $550. This is not super cheap. Just that price tag alone, but it is relatively cheap when you realize what it is you're getting. But it's high-level professional software. Or Kepler. And Kepler is over here. I guess I can highlight this. Oh no, that's the upgrade. So, this is all about Sirius. Here's Kepler for $300. Whoops. All right. I'm pretty clumsy here. Okay, so there's Kepler for $300, and then you can upgrade from Kepler to Sirius, which is essentially the difference in price plus $50. So, if you're thinking about buying our software and you're not sure what to get, you can get Kepler and then upgrade to Sirius later if you want to, and you might say there's not a huge penalty for that. But the idea is if you own Kepler or Sirius, and one report option, we've got dozens of them, natal reports, Merlin and all these languages, the Indra report, alpha imprints, etc. All these reports, specialized reports for children, flower essence and gem, past lives, galactic reports, etc. Vocational guidance, it goes on and on. Cats and dogs, literally. So many things, compatibility reports, by all these different astrologers. Why do we have so many reports? Because our software makes it easy to create your own report. We pay our authors relatively high royalties. It's a team effort. We work with the astrological community to develop these things, forecast reports, and so on. So if you get one of these reports plus Kepler, we create, Cosmic Patterns creates for you an online chart service. It's part of the software you get. Now, what does that mean? He keeps talking about online chart service. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm going to show it to you. The online chart service is you put a link on your website. I'll show you two examples of this in a minute. You put a link to this online chart service, which is something we create for you. You don't have to know how we did it. It's magic. We do it. And then if somebody orders something from that online chart service, you will receive 40% of what the customer pays. We send out these checks 4 times a year. If the check is less than $20, we don't send it until the end of the year. And at the end of the year, even if it's for $1, we will send you the check. So you get 40%, we get 60%. So someone goes online, spends $10, presto, you get $4, we get $6, and we send those checks out 4 times a year. We list the date that the person purchased it, what they purchased, etc. So you have all those details, and there you go. And first reaction from some people is, oh, I only get 40%, I already bought the software. Well, if you know about what's involved in websites and what we're actually offering here, this is actually, I write here, believe it or not, this is outrageously generous, because we're a dynamic website that can calculate and produce this information and send it to people, and then if it gets lost in the email or people enter the wrong data and they ask what they should do about it, and etc., etc., we're handling all that stuff. The dynamic processing of the website, which is hugely more complex than a simple, what we call static website, etc. Anyway, we're team players. We're all working together to make a better world. So it's very generous, but it's smart. It's smart to be generous, right? Okay. So that's what it is. Okay. So. All right, so I told you about this. You want to, maybe I need to make this more concrete. So what I've done here is, let me go to my browser. Yeah, here's a browser, an internet browser. I was on this Cosmic Patterns page. I showed you the Wix website and the I Am Creator website. And here are 2 websites. Here's one of an astrologer. She doesn't know, these astrologers don't know I'm putting them on this video. They won't mind, I'm promoting their work. This is just someone, Pam Gallagher in Cincinnati, Ohio, has a school of astrology, and she's a practicing astrologer. So she owns Sirius, and so she's put this online chart service on her website. So here we are at the Midwest School of Astrology. And nice, similar to our website, many websites got this menu bar across the top. typical website, very nice. And I see school information. On site, she's got an online school. I could click on this. I scroll down, about our school, the program. She tells you how long it takes, what's involved. She even gives you the prices. This is what I'm talking about. You have a website to tell people what you're doing and how it works. It's fantastic, and the whole world can get that information. Now, under charts and services, she's got something called personalized analysis. So I click on that. By the way, I'm in this small window. So, when you look at these things on your screen, it's not so much scrolling and so on. And she's talking about the software, and then she says your own personal analysis. And this is a link. I see my cursor turns to a little hand there. And now I'm on Pam Gallagher's website for her school, and it says I have these services, and I've got all these reports listed, and I can view a sample. Let's say, a boy, a child, my friend just had a little boy. Wonder what this report looks like. I click on View Sample. Here's a sample report. You can read it, see if it looks good, and if you like it, you can say buy now. It tells you it's $9.95. And then you put in the information. You say, I was born in California. Okay. And he was born in Los Angeles. And it's pretty self-explanatory. You just type in the first few letters. You click on continue. And you can put the person's name and the date and time and so on. And it lists the different places that begin with those letters. You put your email address because it will be emailed to you. So this is the customer. Comes in here, purchases this report, and this whole thing here, all these screens for entering the data and processing, and then it takes you to PayPal to pay for it, and then the report is emailed to you, and there it is in your email. This is all created by us and automatically provided for you, and this page also of the chart services. This is how we created it, and you just put a link, which is what websites are all about, just links. It's the real most basic thing you do with a website, and there it goes. And you do nothing. You just say, here's my website, send them to the page, and if they order something, you will receive a payment for it, and you won't even know this is happening. You could be asleep while it's happening. And at the bottom of this, there's a free chart wheel, and that's part of the nice thing, free services, and it takes you to the same kind of screen, same type of data entry. You enter your data. Okay, I'll go back. So that's it. You got it? We create. It's such a radical idea that sometimes it takes people a while to digest what we're saying. What we're saying is that Cosmic Patterns creates this page for you. And then it's available to the whole world, and you link to it from your website, and there you go. Now you have an additional service. If I go back, again, I'll go back to Pam's home page. Again, the idea is you have a website, let people know about your services, and then somewhere in there you can mention that you have these reports. Now, this is not for everybody. There's no feature that we have that every single person wants. Some people don't like the idea of computerized reports. Ours are fantastic, by the way, and they're much more than cookbooks. I won't get into that all right now, but still they're lookups, but they integrate information, some of the reports, etc. So it may not be what you like. I think that these computerized reports are out of this world fantastic because someone is curious about astrology, they can get this immediate information, they like to get some idea. If they sat down and talked to someone and they say, tell me about it, this presents the basic information, what signs and houses and aspects are there. it's fantastic, and you get it immediately. If you get an astrology reading, that's going to cost at least 10 times as much typically. It's a whole different thing. It's made to counsel and consult. This is just to get some ideas and some information quickly and easily, and use the power of this technology to assemble all this information miraculously and provide it for you. So it's a different kind of thing than a consultation, and a very valuable one. Just the chart wheel alone. I have my email open. This is the free chart wheel. Here I am in my email, and I ordered one, and you have this chart wheel. And there it is. And you could click on it and pull it up in your whatever program you're default to see it and resize it and all that. Anyway, so it's an attachment that comes into your inbox. The person who purchases it gets this with their inbox, and they have it. And if it's a report, it's an attached file, nicely formatted, of the information. It's that simple. So there you go. It's an interesting idea. We don't charge additional fee for this. You purchased this capacity when you bought Kepler or Sirius and the report option, and the report option you purchased is available on your chart service. Most of the reports are available. There are one or two that we didn't implement yet on the online chart service, but most of them are available. So that's it. I could show you another example. That's Pam. Here's another person whose website is called theinsidestory.org. You go to the website. On the right are the articles. I mentioned that. Nice thing to do. In the middle, she's got some information. The Inside Story, Astrology for You. And on the left, she puts the reports right there, smack right on her home page. You go to it and you see the reports. And you could say, gee, there's that child report. These are reports that she purchased and owns and she makes available. Flower Essence and Gem, relocational astrology. So I could say, show me the child astrology. And what she did on her site is she immediately shows you the sample. She programmed that, developed her website that way to have that right there. And then delivered instantly online, no waiting, buy now. If I click on click on buy now. And there it is, the page that Cosmic Patterns created for the customer. He didn't actually create this page. We created it for the customer, and they include it as part of their website. And I go back, and I'm back here. I was on here looking at this before, and I clicked on compatibility, and I noticed that this person created an entire website just for the compatibility reports. It keeps popping up asking me if I want some kind of service. It's part of this person's website. And this person has another website I can go to just for compatibility. Very nice, and same idea. I can say, give me the lover's compatibility, and it tells me all about it. And there's the buy now. Receive immediately online, no waiting. Buy now. I can view the sample, I can buy now, and it takes me to the site that we've created for you, for the client, to offer. So it's another thing you can offer to have. It's just a fantastic, wonderful ability to have your own online chart service if you're happy with the limitations. I mean, the limitations are, this is the way the data entry looks. You can't change that. It always runs tropical and Placidus houses. You cannot change the prices. Now, at some point, we could further develop this to allow more flexibility, allow different house systems or prices. This is the way it works right now. It works very beautifully. But any feature can be improved. We could take it further. There's always more that can be done. But as it is, it works very nicely for some people and meets their needs, in other words. So back to my PowerPoint. So I showed you two examples of the service. I hope that makes it clear. I hope my customers don't mind. I assume they're going to love having that more exposure and presentation of what they've done. Note, do not expect to make lots of money from the online chart service. I'm just being honest with you. Most customers aren't making hundreds of dollars per week on these chart services. Some are making $10, $20 a quarter, maybe a year. They make $10 or $20. Some people haven't gotten anybody to click on buy now and buy it. It depends on how active your website is, how clearly you made it available, etc. But even if you don't make tons of money, do expect to have a richer, more exciting, and interesting website that you're going to have, because you've added the free chart wheel, you've added this very sophisticated service that's available on your website. It adds a level of professionalism and depth to what you offer. It's fantastic. These are the best reports available. Just about everybody agrees with that. You select the ones you want. It's really a wonderful thing for many, many people. Again, it may not fit into your style of your business. It may or may not, but it's there in case it suits you. Let's see, I was going to say something else about this. I know what I was going to say. Even if you only make $10 a year, you say, peanuts, $10 a year. Well, after 10 years, it's $100. The report you purchased may only have cost $150. After 15 years, at $10 a year, it's paid for itself. So long-term investment, it's very good. Short-term, not so great. But I think that the real value is not that you make tons of money from it. It's another feature of the software. It's not the only reason you buy those reports typically. It's another wonderful thing that you can do. And for some people, more wonderful than for other people. In other words, it depends on how important it is to you. But it's there. It's great. It's something that most people don't seem to know about. That's why we're getting these videos out there, to let you know what this is, how it works, what you can do with it. So I hope that gives you an idea. We have lots of other things where we've thought about and gotten requests from our customers on how to use software to improve your business, to accelerate what you're doing, provide better services more efficiently, faster. So many things we've done. This is just one example of it. I'm planning to make lots of these videos on Kepler and Sirius software, and I can make several more on things we've done to help you with your business, make things more efficient and faster and so on. Of course, just the basic use of the program is about that as well. Okay, well, I think that's given you a pretty good idea. Let me see if I have another note. That was my last slide. I think that does it. All right, I'll sign off for now. Thank you for listening. I hope that was informative. Goddess bless. Namaste.